I'm Adam Burns and welcome to Meet the Boss TV. This week I'm in Herzogenaurach, a serene village deep in the heart of Bavaria near Nuremberg in Germany. But Herzo is not as sleepy as it seems. Through the building behind me there's a multi-award winning brand centre. 2 minutes away there's a world-famous golf centre of excellence, and just around the corner is the soccer pitch where the Argentinian national team trained for the last World Cup. Why? Because this is the home of Adidas, and I'm here to talk about the very serious business of sport with Chief Executive Officer Herbert Hainer. Like everyone, Adidas is feeling the pinch. Q2 results were down, although far less than expected, and all eyes are on Chief Executive Officer Herbert Hainer, the man who oversaw the sale of Salomon to focus on core competencies and the reeling in of Reebok for economies of scale and a bigger footprint in that all-important US market. Can Hainer deliver the ultimate prize and make Adidas the world number one? Later in this programme I'll be talking with him about his absolute dedication to innovation and his focus on tomorrow. But we start in yesterday. Adidas has an enviable heritage, and I asked Herbert how he walks the line between what the company already stands for and creating new stories that will forge a healthy future.
I definitely do believe that heritage is a quite important thing, because I think this defines our route where we are going. Just a few months ago we have relaunched the so-called Adidasler standards here in our company. And we try to educate everybody who is in the company to go the way how Adidasler did it, what he really meant when he spoke to athletes, when he brought in new products, when he brought in innovative products, tried to permanently improve the products for the best of the athlete. And this is what is our heritage, but also our future.
And you've done a tremendous job since you've taken over Adidas. I mean, the net revenues, I believe, in 2007 were about 10.5 billion euros, within spitting distance of Nike's sort of 11.1. What have been your key lessons around adapting the enterprise?
Good. When I took over as CEO beginning of 2001, we had already a great success story behind us. You might remember we went to the stock market in 1995, and then we had 4 or 5 good years. But then we became a little bit too self-complacent, a little bit too self-confident. We were not aggressive anymore. The processes were not harmonized anymore. Our lack of innovation was shining through. So my job was not to revolutionize the company again. We had very good pillars for our company, but my job was to make the whole ship much faster and make out of a big tanker speedboats again. And this is what we did at that time.
And you said to yourself that Adidas wasn't aggressive enough, and in a recent interview you said of your own management style, I am aggressive, I'm impatient, I like to get things done. How does that manifest itself in your Adidas?
You are what you are, and of course if I run the company, then I want to have people around me who are as I am. I want to have people who are fast, who are direct, who are aggressive, and therefore you create a culture with you and your people around, because they want to have people around themselves which are in the same style. And I definitely do believe that we are today much faster, much more proactive, how we cater to the market, how we talk to our consumers, how we bring products and concepts to market, how fast we can react to certain trends in the market. And I think this is what it is all about, that you become faster. Not the size is a decisive factor in my opinion, because otherwise dinosaur still would be alive and all the little animals would be dead. It is the fastest one who will win the race.
I'm interested then in, I suppose really, your background just a little bit, if we can touch on that, because I know that you were a professional football player at one time, or soccer player for the rest of the world. Do you think that that has come through? Have you brought things, like you say, that you're direct, you want things that are quick, and perhaps there is that innate competitiveness of the sportsman within you?
Good. First and foremost, to be precise, I was only a semi-professional soccer player. I was not good enough to become a real professional, which was always my dream when I was a young boy. I don't know exactly how much football or soccer has taught me to do my job proper. But what it really has learned me to work together with a team, to work with teammates, to celebrate together, or even to lose together, to share the pain. And this always learned me that you need people around you to do your job and to get your job done. You can't do it by yourself.
Here at the Adidas TaylorMade Centre of Excellence, it's clear that innovation has played a vital role in the company's history. I'm wondering, how important will it be for its continued success?
In my opinion, this industry is clearly product-driven, and product is innovation. You can see it already in these tough times where we are in the moment, where consumption is going down, consumers are very cautious what they are doing. We're still bringing products to the market which are selling like hotcake. For example, the new golf driver, the R9, which has adjustable ankle, came out in February and was within a week the most sold driver in the industry. This clearly shows you that when you are able to bring innovative products to the market, the consumers are still there and want to buy. If you just bring me-too products, nobody needs it in the moment and nobody is buying it. So therefore, innovation, in my opinion, is key to success.
But of course, innovation can be messy and disruptive. How have you formalized it within Adidas to meet the targets that you've set out?
I mean, in general, it starts with the people which you put in charge. I do remember going back to 2000 when I formulated the new agenda for Adidas. We had around 30 people who were working in R&D. And there were two hierarchy levels in between until they come to the board member. What we did at that time, simply, we took out the R&D department and let them directly report to the board member of marketing, so that they go to the highest level. This, on the other hand, also showed the importance which we gave to the R&D department within the organization. The second point was that within the next 12 months we doubled the number of people in R&D. We put much more money into it, and then we put two different locations for R&D. One here in Herzog, where we more or less put all the European sports categories under the R&D umbrella, and then one R&D umbrella in America for the more American sports, which is basketball or outdoor sport or some others.
Adidas is still building for its future. In 2007, the company's revenues reached 10.5 billion euros, within spitting distance of Nike's 11.1 billion. In 2008, the company was a major headline sponsor for two major global sporting events, namely the European soccer finals and the Olympics. And then 2009, and Q2 net profits are falling, along with those of its transatlantic rival. I asked Herbert how he plans to safeguard this global brand through a global economic downturn.
I definitely do believe going forward that a crisis like that also gives a lot of chances. And this is what we try to do. We, of course, cut out the dead wood, if I may call it that way. We cut out the fat which we have gathered over the last 8 years. When you're permanently running from one success to the next and from one successful record year to the next, you're gaining fat. You're not as aggressive anymore. You're not as strict anymore on cost controlling and process improvement, etc. And we took the opportunity to cut through, to change the way how we do business to a certain extent, to define new processes, to get faster, to get leaner, and to get more efficient. And this is what we are doing. Of course, on the other hand, we are working on the innovation side to bring new products to the market. And I can tell you or promise you that the World Cup 2010 program, which we have shown already to the key accounts around the world, is definitely fantastic. So therefore you will definitely can expect a lot of new innovative products from our side for 2010.
This multi-award winning brand centre is a homage to the essence of Adidas. But how does a CEO, who has to manage all of those direct reports, ensure that that essence is not diluted? Jürgen Vig-Knudstorp, who's done such a great job with Lego, says he believes the CEO needs any avenue to the truth that he or she can find. I asked Herbert if he agrees.
This is a little bit too philosophical for me. What I do believe is important that the CEO will always be seen from his employee how things should be done in the company. So you are always a role model, whether you like it or you dislike it, but people look to you, and whatever you do, good or bad, they will follow. This means if you, for example, talk permanently about sport and that people should be active and you don't do any sport, then they will see it and they will not believe you at the end of the day. And this goes through whatever you do. So there is a saying in Germany, the fish always stinks from the head. And I think this is the most important thing, that you live what you make your employees believe and what you make them doing. You should be the role model for them. And if you do that, the people will relatively fast realize that you are honest, you say what you are, or you do what you are saying, and then you also get their opinion, because they know they don't have to fear any restrictions if they tell you what they think. And you go out. I do sport with our people. We play football together or we run together, and this gives them a feeling that yeah, I'm one of them, and they can tell me what's going on in the company.
So several transformations of the company you've overseen in the sense of Salomon and the Reebok, and through the economic downturn and all those kind of things. How do you manage the human side of these transformations?
Once again, I definitely do believe that you have to talk to people, and talk means not teaching people. So go out, talk to the people, explain them what your thoughts are, explain them what your view are and what your strategy is, and then keep them permanently updated. What we, for example, are doing in the crisis now, or in general, we have every 6 months, we have a so-called all-employee meeting hosted by the CEO, where I speak to our people for an hour and explain where the company are, what we are doing, how we see things, what our results are, and then the employees have the opportunity to ask questions. In the crisis, we do it now every quarter, because I want to be as close as possible and to go out as often as possible and keep the communication with the people going, because they hear every day something different in the news, mainly negative, and then rumors are starting around. And if you don't talk to people, then you never know what kind of rumors they just have heard, and you cannot correct it if they are wrong. And of course, when we acquired Reebok, I was very often in Canton, held all employee meetings, divisional meetings, talked to the first line management, but not just talking in a business meeting for an hour. I took them out for the evening, or when we gathered them here, I took them out in the evening to my house and to my garden, and we had a beer and some barbecue, and then we were all talking and discussing and tried to make them feeling that they are part of the whole.
Mr. Hainer, thank you very much indeed. Much appreciated.
Pleasure.
For more fantastic interviews directly related to your business, be sure to explore Meet the Boss TV.